and crafters. My name is Tammy White from stampwithtami.com, and welcome to my online class. Today we are going to be making flash pop-up cards. They're gorgeous cards and they're interactive. When you open it up, not one but two surprises pop out at you. I am in love, and I think you are going to be too. They are surprisingly easy to make, and I'm kicking off a whole series on them. So in addition to sharing how to make it, and in addition to doing some Stampin' Blend colorings and working on the sample project, I have a whole series to share with you at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. And it is also my Stamp It Demonstrator Group's blog hop. We're doing Father's Day, and you may be thinking, wow, that didn't look like a Father's Day card. You would be correct. But I will be sharing some Father's Day cards for you at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. And we also have a giveaway. Anytime our Stamp It Demonstrator Group does a blog hop, we have a giveaway for you, and it's free to enter. All you need to do is drop a comment on my blog post, and you want to go there anyways, because on my blog post I will have the free PDF for this project. I'll have links to the tutorials in the series as I do them, and links to the other blog hop projects. So you can enter one comment per person per post, so multiple times. And the projects, my Stamp It Demonstrator Group always has some amazing projects. I love blog hop day. It's always a fun day. So let's just show you what's gonna happen, right? We've got this gorgeous card, and then what? Not just one, but two pop-ups come out when you open it up, right? How fun was that? So I am using the Stampin' Up! Sketched Butterflies bundle. So it's the stamp set and dies that I used. And in addition to that, I am using the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper, which is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I love it, love it, love it. I've already got 2 packs. I've already gone through a whole pack of that. That's how much I love it. So I'm going to use those on the sample, but before I get started with the sample, I'm just going to do a mock version with just some bright cardstock, so you can see the different pieces and how they go together, because I know you guys always love to see those bright the bright colors and putting them together. Oftentimes I have black bases, and those are really hard to see all the moving pieces inside on the video. So let's do that first. And just a heads up, I'm using the Sketch Butterflies. This is a brand new bundle from Stampin' Up. It is in the new Stampin' Up catalog, brand new. Woo, love that, right? If you haven't seen it yet, you can catch it on my blog, and don't miss my top 8 must-know tricks and tips and secrets in the new catalog, because it will make you fall in love with that catalog all over again. So everything is available on my online store that I will be using today. So you can click on the link in the video's description and go to that post that is the blog hop and the free PDF, and you can get all the details and purchase anything that you see here that you fall in love with. It's hard not to fall in love with it, right? So we'll get started with our pieces. So I've got our card base is a standard size card base, and that means it fits inside a standard size medium Stampin' Up! Envelope. The only thing that would need extra postage is if you make it puffy, which I like to do. So if you're mailing it and you make it super puffy, you may need some extra postage. If you're gifting it, hand gifting it, obviously that doesn't matter. So that's our card base. And our inside panel is going to go on the inside. You don't need to write any of these measurements down, because I have them all here for you right here. And I've even got a little template there for the pop-up mechanism. We have 2 squares that are going to pop out for us, and the pop-up mechanism itself. So let's start with that. I'm going to use the paper trimmer here. We've got 1 1/4 by 1 1/2 for our base. And I'm going to go score it at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 2, and 3 1/2. Oops, not ready to put that away yet. We'll burnish that really good in a minute. Is that 1/2? It feels like it's not quite that first one isn't quite 1/2. It looks more like an 1/8. Let's redo that one. Sorry, it won't, that extra little score is not going to hurt anything. Okay, so now from these there's 2 that are there. There's 2 here that are exactly the same size. We're going to create an X there. So I'm going to line up the 2 outer score lines that I want to use as my guide, and just draw 1 and then 2 slashes, 1 slash one way, 1 slash the other way, creating our X. So this is going to be our pop-up mechanism, and it's going to fold together just like that. So we've got, that's going to fold up like so. Now, I find it was easier to attach the squares to this before attaching it to the card. So I've got my 2 squares here, 4.5 by 4.5, and I'm going to flip them over because I think looking at that might be distracting when I put them on. And you can use glue dots. I'm actually going to use glue dots, or you can use seal adhesive. I'm going to put it right here. In fact, let me mark that. Adhesive and adhesive for your squares. And then you don't want any adhesive anywhere else, which is kind of why I found, oops, sorry, that hair can be a bonus for my recipient if it doesn't want to go away. You just don't want to get the adhesive anywhere else or it doesn't open properly. So I found that glue dots was really the easiest way, I think, to attach them. So, oops, and even there I got a little glue dot over the score line. Okay, so I've got some glue dots on that panel that, I'm sorry, on that little bendy right there. And this is going to fold in, and then I'm going to attach like this. And then when it opens, it's going to pop. So we're going to do the same thing with the bottom. So now we've got 1, now we've got to add the second one. My glue dots are not cooperating. I don't know about you, but anytime I go live, it's always something, right? I guess a glue dot not cooperating is way better than the internet cutting out. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Going to slide that right in. So it's only attached in that one little area where I put the A marks. So now we can attach it to our card base. And to do that, we're going to put adhesive here, and we're going to put adhesive here. And I'm going to use Seal Plus for that. So I'll just fold this back in. Seal Plus is a little bit stronger than Seal, and I find that I want that strength in this. Anytime I do an interactive card where there's going to be pulling, that Seal Plus definitely is, I think, a better option. So now I'm going to line that up as much in the center as I can. It's already folded and there's already adhesive on the back side. And then I'm going to press that in. And now that's it. That's our card. That's the whole pop. I told you it was easy, right? That is the whole pop-up. And then we're going to attach this to hide the pop-up mechanism here because we don't want that to show. Well, I mean, you might want it to show, in which case you don't need this extra panel. I'm going to be showing you all kinds of ideas at the end of the video of different ways that I use these. And I think you guys are going to find even more. So I put some adhesive on the top of just the top of that pop-up mechanism, and I'm lining this up with the top and the bottom, and then just close it. So we've got our panel just to hide those 2 pop-outs. And that's it. That's our card interactive flash pop-up card mock-up there. You can always refer back to this. I will have tutorials for all of the cards in this series on my blog coming up over the next week or 2. And every single one of them is going to have the same baseline. They might have different, little differences in them. In fact, the one I'm going to show you, I did something really cool on the inside and I wanted to share how I did it. But the main idea will be this. You can always refer back to this mock-up on this video anytime you're making it and you no matter what version of the card you're making, or if you're making up your own. So now we're gonna jump into our sketched butterfly card. And before we do the pop-up on that, I thought, let's do some Stampin' Blend coloring, because I love to color with the Stampin' Blends. They're one of my favorite things. So I've got butterflies. I'm going to stamp a few of them. In theory, we're going to pretend there's more here. But I just wanted to share some basic coloring techniques, especially if you're new and haven't seen these before. Love them. If you're not new, you probably own some because they're really fun. So they're alcohol-based markers, and they're made to blend. You want to always have something underneath your workspace here, because they will bleed through, because you want them to be quite wet. You want the ink to be quite wet in order for the blending to happen. And I'm going to blend right now. And they're alcohol-based markers, so you want to work in a small space. So I'm doing one wing at a time. The first color I did was Blackberry Bliss Dark. Each Stampin' Blend marker, the colors, they come in our entire Stampin' Up's entire color family. They are a dark and a light in each, so there's 2 in each. And I'm working from the darkest to the lightest for this particular project. So now I'm into Berry Burst Dark, and I'm going to go Berry Burst Light, just kind of blending them as I go. Then I'm going to go to Pretty in Pink, one of our new ink colors. I'm just going to use the dark Pretty in Pink because I'm running out of space, and I wanted to add some Daffodil Delight yellow in there just to make it kind of pop. So I've got the dark Daffodil Delight and then the lighter. And then I'm taking this light Daffodil Delight and just kind of going over the whole thing just to blend any parts that look like they needed a little bit of blending. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, I love these butterflies. They're just awesome. Can't go wrong with butterflies, right? You can use those for anything. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side, and I'm going to try to do this so I'm not blocking, but I'm a lefty, and unfortunately that is just part of my lefty nature, is that I cover up while I go, which makes videos kind of hard. So dark Blackberry Bliss to light Blackberry Bliss, just a small little line there, blending in as I go. And then dark Berry Burst. To light Berry Burst. Notice I'm not doing a straight line here. I'm kind of doing a little bit of squiggles. I think that helps with the blending too. Now moving on to the dark Pretty in Pink. And then dark and light Daffodil. And again, with that light one, I'm going to go coat the whole thing just to blend in anything that needed some extra blending, because that was my lightest color. Oh, it just pops, isn't it? It's like 3D almost. I love it. I love the Stampin' Blends. Very fun. So I'm just going to move that out of the way, and we are going to do some magic. I always love magic. I have these already cut and colored for you, so we can jump right into the card making. And this particular one, the big one, I cut it out with the dies. These are cut out with the matching dies that go along with the stamp set. And then I took my bone folder and just curled some of the edges there on this big one to go on the front, so really make it pop off. So I'm just gonna move those aside for a minute. And now we're gonna get into the inside of this card. So basically, the basic elements of this are going to be exactly the same as what we just did on the mock-up version. I've got my panel, my pop-up panel here, my pop-up mechanism, and I'm gonna score it at a 1/2 inch and 1 1/4 inches, 2 inches, and 3 1/2. I'm going to do a soft burnishing here, just so you can see those score lines. And this is where we're going to draw that X. So I'm going to line the 2 edges of the score lines up on my trimmer. And that's going to give us our X, and then I'm going to bring that bone folder back in and do a much better job of burnishing. I feel like that is the key to so many projects. Half, 1 1/4, half inch, 1 1/4, 2 inches, and 3. I feel like I'm missing one. Go back to my, or maybe I just didn't cut this to size. Maybe this is the wrong size, and that is the case. It's not 4 1/4. I'm like, that seemed like an awfully long piece right there. That would help. Okay, back to the burnishing. I find that it's easier to attach the squares before we attach this to the card. So I'm just going to pinch that in. So top, bottom, unfolded. And again, these 2 marks, in fact, I'll mark them here so you can see them, is where the adhesive is going to go. I also found that it is easier to attach your squares before you decorate them, because that way it is really easy to line them up. I'll explain that in a minute. So this is just going to slide right in. I'm going to make that little pocket there, and this is going to slide right in there. I feel like that one's not as flat as I wanted it to be. Oh well. It is what it is. It's still going to be awesome. And again, some mini glue dots just on that one little area where I have that A. And the same thing, I'm just going to fold that in so we've got a little pocket. I just want to make sure these are both. Let me go straight in. That'll be fine. I'm gonna get them as straight as I did on my mock-up version, which I really preferred, but it's okay. They're still gonna work. So I did something really, really cool, I think. I like how it came out. I was experimenting with these when I made this card, and that is, and I'm gonna share it. I made the background so that it blends all the way across the card, right? So that it looks like it's just one continuous stream. So I'm going to share how I did that. I took 2 pieces of that beautiful Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper, and I'm going to cut them down to fit inside. So the first, on the left-hand side, the measurement of that, and this is on that PDF, so don't worry about writing it down, is 5.5 in length, and then 5 1/4 in height. And whichever way you cut that is totally up to you. I'm going to cut the bottom off mine. So I'm just going to put that aside, and then I cut squares. So they're 2 1/4 because they're going to layer on that white. So 2 1/4, like 2 1/4. And then the back, just a little bit of the back shows there. And that one is, I believe, let's see, 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. It doesn't have to line up exactly, but and it's you know, it's a little like impressionist, I think they call this design, but so it doesn't matter that it's not an exact lineup, but it's fun that it all flows together. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these onto their frames. I'm just using regular seal adhesive for that. And then we can go ahead and attach these. I am just not loving that these are not flat. Because I don't want them to pop up. You know, I'm not loving that. I'm gonna redo this because I want them to be flat, and when they're not flat, I don't know if you just saw that, they were kind of hanging over the top edge. Aha! I found the culprit. I used the wrong piece. I'm like, that just can't be right. No wonder why it was too long when I did it. Oh my gosh. Go buy the mock-up when you're making yours. Okay, so we're going to try that again. You guys probably saw that and you're like, wait, no, you got the wrong piece. Okay, so we're going to score this. It's 4 1/4 by 1 1/2. Scoring at a 1/2 inch, 1 1/4. I always trust my gut, you know? I just knew something couldn't be right if it wasn't going flat. 2 and 3 1/2. Okay. And then we're going to do the, oh my gosh, I can already tell looking at that, looks so much better. Well, and if nothing else, for those of you who are popping in late, you can see how to score this, and it gives you just a little extra bonus instruction there. If you want to see it again, you can do it in your sleep, right? So now I'm going to pinch these two in. So there we go. Okay, oh my God, that looks so much better. Okay, and now I need a piece of white because I messed that up too when I used the wrong piece. A piece of white for the strip inside, which is 2 1/4. 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. Is that right? 5 1/4 or 5 1/2? 5 1/2. Okay, perfect. Let's try that again. We'll put these babies right on the inside. You know what? I'm just going to be quick now. We're just going to go right to the Seal Plus. And because I've already decorated these, I got to make sure that they're going the right direction. So if you put them in there, oh, see how they fit flat? Oh, that is so much better. Trust your guts. All right. Because these are already have the decoration, I want them to go a certain way. I have to make sure that I line them up correctly to do that. If you are doing yours and you decorate it before you attach your squares, you put your frames in and decorate it like I did when I had the wrong piece in there, then you'll automatically have them lining up, so you don't have to worry about making sure that they're facing the right direction, because they go sideways when they're closed. Okay, let's try that again. All right, we're going to put seal adhesive. I'm using Seal Plus, the strong stuff, on the back. And I did that, but I think I want to attach this piece to the backing first because the pop-up mechanism might overhang it a hair. So I'll put that on. And then we're just going to, exactly like we did before. Okay, so this is the front, this is the back, adhesive here, line that up sort of in the middle, and then close. Oh, so much better. All right. You see how quickly that goes when I'm not talking through it, right? It really is quick. So fun. Okay, so now I'm going to put some adhesive on this long, this bare part here so we can cover up the pop-up mechanism. We'll use the right piece this time. And that is going to cover that up. I just want to make sure it's straight. Now this piece, this is where I went off the original template and did something different. This is where I, as Linda would say, this is where I went rogue. This is the 5.5 by 4.25 piece that I cut. And a lot of them I just put designer paper here, maybe some here, or maybe I left that white. And this one, I am stretching the designer series paper across both pieces so that see how the design just flows? I just thought that looked really cool. So to make sure that I score it right, I'm going to attach it first, make sure that's straight. And then when I close it, and it's going to be a little bit hard to close at first. Let's see, make sure we close it right. Yep. So when I close it, now I'm going to make that score line for the inside. And that's it. And I already decorated the front just because that wasn't the part we were focusing on. I just pre-cut and layered that. I have the dimensions for that on the PDF for you. So I'm going to go ahead and stick our butterfly on the front. Maybe we're going to put some butterflies on the inside. Maybe you want to put a little white strip in there to write on, or maybe you just want to write right on the sky there. Sky writing. And however you want to line up those butterflies. I had some fun with them. I was kind of just popping them on there in different places. So they just kind of, there we go. Oops, that one did not have adhesive on it. He's not going to stick without adhesive. Love it, right? Love it. Oh, so fun. Okay, so that was just a little special something I did on the inside of that one, making that paper, making the whole design flow across the inside of the paper, which I really liked. So I just wanted to share how I did that. Now, as promised, I have an entire series of flash pop-up cards to share with you guys. I will have tutorials on all of these coming up on my blog over the next week or two. So let's start with, before I start with those, I'm gonna just jump back to the sketched butterflies first. This is what I used on today's sample, the sketched butterflies. And I made a couple of other cards with it as well. Similar coloring, just different color Stampin' Blends that I did here. I've got an arrow fold card. And then I've got, I love accordion folds with the designer series paper. I just love the, how, you know, you can show the paper. Here I've got it kind of flowing just like I did on the inside of that card. It kind of flows across here. And we've got some butterflies. And again, you can make these for any occasion. The sketch butterflies, it's got the beautiful butterflies, but it's also got different occasions of words in there. So it's a great starter set when you're starting out because it has the different occasions and it's got butterflies that kind of go for everything. Okay, so next up, I don't know if you guys saw in the catalog, but we have these cool, and these are closed, sorry. This new ephemera packs that have all these die cuts in them. And I have some popped out. So this one was fully flowering ephemera pack, and this one was say something. So this one's flowers, and this one's a whole bunch of words. So we've got words for every occasion, right? And then we've got some flowers. These are great. There's a whole 2-page spread in the catalog of just cards made only with these ephemera packs. So I went ahead and used those. They also have card bases. This is one of the card bases. And the words are all from that Say Anything, and the flowers are all from that flower set. Isn't that pretty? So this is seriously just ephemera packs with one of those card bases. You can put it together really quick. And it's awesome. And whoever you give it to is going to be like, wow, like, right? I mean, that's just a simple, easy card to put together. And I promise I'm getting to the masculine cards because this is our blog hop. It is our Father's Day or man-themed blog hop. So I am getting to that. And although this could be one for a lot of different things. This is the Friendly Fins, which is another new bundle that's in there. I used some designer series paper here to make it different colors, right? And then when you open it, right? Did you see that? Dolphins jump. The dolphins jump when you open it. And they're on, I don't know if you can kind of see the reflection there. They're on window sheets. So your eye doesn't catch those at first, the window sheets. At first, you know, you just see the dolphins jumping. You're like, wow, dolphins just jumped out of that card. So that was a fun one. So the window sheets was another fun, you know, way of doing it so that you don't see, oops, he's stuck on a fish. Guess he was hungry, so that you don't actually see the square. So some of them I like seeing the square. In this particular one, I wanted to just see the dolphins jumping. Next up, this is a full suite in the catalog, like a mega suite they call it. It's got two stamp and die sets that go with it, and absolutely gorgeous. It is the, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank on that one. Country, I don't know, country something. Country Woods. And it's got that really pretty wood designer series paper that has all the different types of woods on it. So that also matches the suite. So I took that and I used the Country Flowers bundle for the front. And then on the inside, right, I took the Country Birdhouse and made a birdhouse in there that almost reminded me a little bit of a cuckoo clock. Right? And again, I put them on some window sheets so the birds just kind of fly out when you open up the card. And then earlier this week, I shared this card that I had made from that Country Birdhouse as well. So just sharing a couple different ideas from that bundle. Again, tutorials for all of these coming on my blog. Now for the man cards. As promised, it is my Stamp It Demonstrator Group's Father's Day blog hop today. Click the link in this video's description and you can check out all of the amazing masculine projects my Stamp It Up group has done, as well as enter our blog hop, as well as get that free PDF for the project that I just did. Okay, here it is. First one. This is the first one. So this is a brand new bundle. It's called the Bistro Burger. I thought this was super fun. Right? I love little things like this. And then when you open it up, what? You've got a hamburger in there and the fries and pickles jump out at you. And I made a little flame on the side and the front there. So we got the little flames going on there. Super cute. So that's Bistro Burger. And I will also have, when I do these, I also have another Bistro Burger. This is like a Big Mac Mega Burger card that I'll also have a tutorial for coming soon. Next, I shared this last week. This was one of my first that I shared from the new catalog, and this was from my pop-up class. I shared how to do these corner pop-up cards, and this is the Adventurous Sky bundle. Now, you can see my blog, check the video section to learn how to make that card. But for today's flash pop-up cards, I used the stamp set. And we've got planes popping up inside. And here, similar to the one I just made with the butterflies, I wanted the inside to flow. I wanted it to all look like a sky inside. But instead of doing the one piece of designer series paper, here I cut designer series paper here. And so you can see they're not attached here. Kind of liked it better the way I did it with the butterflies. But either way is fine. Either way, like, looks great. Nobody's going to look at it and go, oh my gosh, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? So fun. Adventurous Skies. And the last one, this is coming from one of my favorite bundles. It was actually debuted in the last mini catalog, and it thankfully has carried over. I'm sorry my dies are such a mess there, but it's the Trusty Tools. And I went with Father's Day on this one. I made the little toolbox on the front, put some little tools in it. And then on the inside, okay, did you see that? First off, I made the little, you know, the cork board to hold the tools on it. I made it out of the squares and right here. But then I took the paintbrush and designer series paper and made it looks like it, you know, it's painting right across the front of the card. I was having some fun with that. I just thought it came out really cute. So that is the Trusty Tools. This one is that I made. And again, tutorials are coming for this one and some more Trusty Tools that I've done in the past. This one is from my envelope card box class. You can find that video on stampwithtami.com. And these two are older ones. This one's from my circle wreath class. And the toolbox here was from the cascading pleats class. So I have tutorials for all of these already on the blog. So you can even type in trusty tools to get them, or go to the video section of my blog to catch all the classes, to get all the classes for the fun folds. And this one, instructions will be coming soon. And that, my friends, that's a lot, right? That was a lot. That is what I have to share with you guys today. I hope you've enjoyed this class. I hope that you have a lot of fun making these, and I will look forward to seeing you guys. Linda and I will be back next week with the Stamp and Scoop show, so looking forward to that too, because we have been off. I've been on vacation, and we have been off schedule with her son is graduating this year, and so anyways, we're looking forward to getting back together, and we're going to be sharing some cool stuff with you guys, so we'll look forward to seeing you then. But don't forget to check my blog every day, because I'm going to be posting tutorials for all of these over the next week and a half to 2 weeks. So I will see you back on my blog or on YouTube or Facebook this week. Thanks for joining me.